Now, to most people, setting up a wireless router sounds about as much fun as assembling furniture using a manual written in ancient Greek. But don't worry, this is not an IT course. This is not a networking course. This video is about how to get it set up and working as quickly and simply as possible. First thing we want to do is we want to turn the router upside down and get the IP address or this little website address here. This little website address is programmed to find the wireless router on your network. Then we want to look up the default admin password online by simply typing in the name of our wireless router and default admin password. Okay, so the next thing it's going to do is going to ask us to create a local admin password on the router so we can get into it. Then you want to make up yourself a couple of SIDs, which is your Wi-Fi network name, and some passwords. Now, a better way would be to basically, if you can get into your old wireless router, would be to copy and paste your Wi-Fi SSID and Wi-Fi password into this notepad here so you can pop it into the new router, and then all your devices will connect automatically. It's best to have everything lined up and ready to go. The modem, a laptop or PC with an Ethernet port, and the wireless router. Okay? Now, to start off with, we want all this stuff turned off. We want a couple of cables, like this one here, which goes from the modem to this port off to the side on the router. Okay? Then we want to take the cable from the laptop or the PC and plug it into one of these ports over here. And now once we have all that set up, it's a simple step-by-step process. First thing we want to do is plug in the modem. Once we do that, the lights start blinking. These lights tell you the communication status between the modem and the ISP. Okay? Give that about 30 seconds for it to start percolating. Then, once we start seeing some decent activity over here on these lights, we can turn on the wireless router. Okay? So we just simply turn it on, and we'll gradually start seeing some lights on the front of the wireless router. So what's going on here is the modem is telling the ISP, okay, ISP, we have totally erased the connection to the old wireless router, and now I'm going to give you a new wireless router. And I want you to give the new wireless router a new IP address. Okay? So now this thing's going to start going, this thing's going to start going, and to be honest with you, the hardest part of this whole process is sitting back and waiting for these things to get going. Okay, so it looks like we've got some activity on the wireless router now. Okay, so we have the wireless router and the modem talking. We rebooted the PC. When we reboot the PC, it allows us to contact the wireless router and get an IP address. So once that's all done, we can continue with the setup. Okay, so sometimes these little website addresses don't work, so I'm just going to skip that and go with the IP address we found on the back of the wireless router. Okay. Pop that in here. And it's asking us to create a new password. So where do we get that? We get that from our trusty notepad. Actually, you don't want to copy the spaces. So let's go ahead. So we got a confirmed password. Let's get started with the setup. Okay, so now it's going to walk us through this little drill. Where are we? And we are in Eastern time. Next. Now, static IP, that's for businesses. Most ISPs for home wireless routers are giving out dynamic IP addresses. So we can say auto detect. All right, so that's good. So this MAC address is what the ISP uses to identify our wireless router. So we're good with this. Network name. All right, so let's go ahead and put our network name in here, which for now is SSID 1. And the password is going to be this. We actually want to make sure we don't copy that space. Okay, so basically we're on the internet right now. Let's just go ahead and see if we can get to something. Okay, we are on the internet. Now, basically the internet is good to go. So there's a couple of other little things that we want to do just to secure our wireless router. So we go to advanced. Now this is going to be different on your wireless router, but I'm just going to let you know that there's some little things that you want to do here. NAT forwarding, UPnP. We want to turn UPnP off because that gives people on the internet the ability to access our wireless router from the internet. Used to be a good idea, now not so much. You're just asking to be hacked. So let's turn that off. And there's one more thing we want to change on here. System. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn off remote administration. We do not want remote administration turned on because that gives people the ability to control our wireless router. Okay, so that's turned off. So basically, our wireless router is set up. If you're running a lot of IoT devices, there are two other settings you need to take a look at. Go to wireless, and you want to make sure OFDMA is enabled. OFDMA allows IoT devices to run much smoother than they would without it. The other setting you want to look at is Smart Connect. Smart Connect combines both your bands into one. As you can see, we only have one band here, and then it basically allows the router to select which device goes on which band. We don't want that. Why? Because IoT devices for now only work on the 2.4 gigahertz band. Okay, and that'll seriously interfere with IoT devices if the wireless router is picking and choosing. So we basically disable that. Click Save. Settings blah tells you now you have two separate Wi-Fi networks, which is what we want, and we should be good. And while you're in here, you want to make sure your security is set to WPA2 AES, or if it's available on your wireless router, you want to select WPA3. Now, unfortunately, some IoT devices don't really work with WPA3, and then you're just going to have to switch it back to WPA2. Let me show you one other thing that has proven to be a lifesaver for me in the past. What we're going to do is we're going to create a backup of this configuration. So what you do is you go to Advanced, System, and then Backup and Restore. So we click on this, save your current router settings to a file. So you back it up, and it's telling me that it's blocked. Okay, well, we want to say, no, don't block it. We want to keep it. So it saves it in the form of a bin file. So now if something happens to your wireless router, you can get your configuration settings back simply by browsing for that file. And there it is right there. Click on it. Restore. And then when this gets done, you're back in business. So I hope that this video was helpful.